I think he's done a great job. I mean, the last 2 years, he's been dealt a wild hand, injuries, trades, disgruntled players, like guys in and out the lineup, stuff that he can't control. And I felt like, he handled it as best as he could.
So then next to him, Kyrie Irving nodding along to everything KD's saying. With that, I give you Exhibit A. Your reaction.
All I'm saying and continue to say is it is at least something that should be explored thoroughly. Bontemps just said you're not going to get the trade value that you want. So when we get to training camp, and should KD escalate this thing to the next level by holding out, now you're going to explore maybe changing your front office folks in order to get him back on the floor? I just think everything should still be on the table, because if the idea is how do I maintain the most value, to me, the front office pieces then become expendable because we already know you're not getting the trade that you want. That's all I'm saying. Everything is still on the table.
I mean, we know once you go this route, right, you can't come back.
No, help me, Bontemps. Help. Come on,
I need Tim to jump in here, TV, because I had Jay Will in here with Monica, too, and they feel like that all it is a line in the sand and that KD and Kyrie are going to have to play this year and everything's going to be fine. Do you see it any differently?
There's no chance that there's no way the Nets can fire Sean Marks and Steve Nash to mollify Kevin Durant after everything that's gone on over the past 6 weeks. This all started back in May when Sean Marks said, we want to take control back of the franchise, right? We want to take control back of our team and kind of get this thing going in a different direction. That by firing the front office, you would just literally be going back to what the Nets have declared we are not going to be doing, which is having the players running the team. Like this is the Nets have charted a different course, and this as I said, that Joe Tsai tweet yesterday was the easiest win of all time. There was that's the simplest thing to say, because at the end of the day, Kevin Durant can't go anywhere. He's under contract for 4 years. He started that extension last week. This isn't about trying to figure out how to keep Kevin Durant there long term. He's there long term unless the Nets trade him.
So Bontemps, what if he decides not to play? Like, let's fast forward and nobody's happy, and Allen believes that there's no way that this is reparable because he just told Joe Tsai that he wanted Steve Nash fired. What if KD gets to camp and decides not to play? Then what are we doing?
I personally don't believe Kevin Durant is going to not play.
I agree, but humor me.
But what I will say is that if it does get to that point and he doesn't play, then the Nets are going to wait him out, I think. And I don't think they're going to cave and trade him then. I mean, look, the trade packages that are on the table, to me, are not going to get worse no matter what happens. So the Nets have a choice. The Nets can cut a deal now that's way less than his value and just trade him and get this over with, or they can try to make this work in the best way for them. I think the latter path is the only real path forward to me.
Bart, how does this end?
Well, hey, Kevin, how about I meet you halfway? Because there's no way.
That's what Jay said.
I'm not letting Steve Nash, make me have a divorce with Kevin Durant. I'll get rid of Steve Nash. Listen, you're the one who brought him in here. Listen, there's a lot of other qualified coaches that could have been there because of Steve Nash. Steve Nash wouldn't have been a head coach in this league if it wasn't for Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. So I'm not letting him stand away in one of the best players, and it's still my window being open. So I'll send him back to Canada with a soccer ball.
I guess the point I think that needs to be made here is that Kevin Durant is on the team for 4 years. So this isn't about, he's going to be a free agent. We have to change the coach to keep this guy. He's on the team. This isn't about, we need to fire the front office to keep Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's under contract and on the team. So that's what they have to do.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.